Okay, what a week. The coronavirus has really hit Holland hard, and it's not that people die. I mean, there's about 80, 90 people who are infected, but events are cancelled all over the world, all over Europe. I mean, we already had the Barcelona Mobile World Conference being cancelled, but now we have the next web here, and lots and lots of events are cancelled. It's really affecting my business as a presenter, as a chairman of conferences. I see all kinds of cancellations coming left and right, and it's not the effect on healthcare, but the effect on the economy, which is really amazing how hard that is, how tough that is. In a couple of months we'll see the consequences of the supply chain, of all the factories closing down, and I'm watching it as a hawk because it's the economic effects are really heavy, and it could really start a recession, and so I'm not happy about this. It's really a pain in the butt, and it's really worrying. Okay, so that's one thing. Then the second thing, I've got a newsletter, and I've got some really interesting videos for you today. First, have you heard of Radian? And I don't think you have, because Radian is only known in the United States and only in a very small group. It's a stealth mode organization, has been in business for about 8-9 years, and it's really like Tesla. It built from the ground up a bunch of cars. One, the pickup truck, and secondly an SUV. And I took a look at it in Austin, Texas, at Fully Charged, and I basically talked to the company and asked them all the questions. They've raised an unbelievable amount of money, like 4 billion, almost 4 billion, including Ford with 600 or 700 million, including Amazon, which also invested the same amount, and ordered 100,000 electric trucks for the company. So it's really, those are partners, really amazing, and they build it from the ground up. They have all kinds of really smart things. It's not like the Cybertruck, it's a real traditional pickup truck, or the real wonderful looking SUV, and with the 300 miles or 400 miles range. So take a look at it, it's really interesting. Then secondly, a lot of people ask me, what the hell do I do? I mean, I talked about the coronavirus and a lot of cancellations are coming, and I am a trend watcher. I do presentations. I do presentations at events, and I'm a chairman of an event. I do a lot of interaction with the audience. Sometimes I have a studio in an event and I interview people. And I have a question for you. I made, for the first time ever, I made a video about myself, what I do and what I basically contribute to an event. And I want to ask you to basically take a look at this. Can you take a look at that video? And after watching that video, it's only a couple of minutes, is it clear what I do? And based on that video, would you hire me as a speaker? And if not, tell me, what is irritating you? Is it too long, too short, too fast, too slow? I cannot imagine. And is it clear what I do? So that's the second thing, the video which I'm having for this week. I'm really, this is only version 1.2, and I want to change it. I want to make it shorter, concise. But it's the first video I make about myself, and this also tells you a little bit about what I do and shows you a lot of pictures about all the different events I go to. Then thirdly, unfortunately it's Dutch, and the automatic translation is not so bad. I had a real interesting talk with Jan Peter Balkenende, and he's been Prime Minister for I think 12 years or more in the Netherlands. And after he left, he basically started to work for Ernst & Young, basically to promote sustainability, and to basically go around the world and talk about sustainability and how companies and governments can basically put that into their mix and change their business. A really interesting guy, good talker, smart. I talk to him about a lot of things, about that sustainability, Ernst & Young, working for an American company, and he's a chairman of the board at ING, and of course the chairman of Hammers of ING just left to basically work for a Swiss bank, got 6 times as much money. That was a big thing when they wanted to give him a 50% raise, and the country was too small. And I mean, he basically has a bank of 50,000 people. Now he goes to a Swiss bank, gets 6 times as much money. It's the first time that really somebody gets a new opportunity and really makes a lot more money. And it is because he basically made ING a digital bank. That's where he's getting rewarded for, and he did a good job at ING to make it flexible. So that's the third video, which I think is very interesting. And then I have an interesting talk about laws. And I can tell you in all the countries there's new laws in the financial arena, especially about anti-laundering and terrorist financing. And there's an organization which basically make new rules for that. Europe took it, they made rules, and now we have 3 laws in the Netherlands which the parliament has to basically agree with. And they are, if you look at the government wants so much control about the money, and now they make a new register where you can type in your name, see which all the bank accounts they have anywhere. You can basically see with crypto, there's a cryptocurrency law which says that if you basically have an online crypto wallet, you send money back and forth, then you have to send the name and the address and all the personal information. You cannot use a bank number. No, you have to give all the identity together with that. And it's really, that's really amazing. So these laws go, they are, if you have privacy and, you know, anti-laundering laws, it's really, there's no balance between it. And also anti-laundering laws are already very tough. They have a lot of influence, and the result is tiny. There's like 32,000 people working in the Netherlands with it, and the amount of people who get caught is unbelievable slow, because also what comes out of it, the government can just not do anything with it. So unfortunately these last talks are in Dutch, but they're really interesting. So if you can, maybe you can do an automatic translation or something like that. Okay, so I hope that next week we'll be doing better with the virus, but I don't think so. It's doubling now every day. But I hope you have a fantastic week. Bye.